Walking Ted? Walking Ted? Did you see Walking Ted? I'm picturing like a zombie teddy bear.
No.
You look so confused.
I have no idea what you're talking about, baby. Alright, I'll be there in a minute. Okay, so remember I was telling you guys how the cats ran out of Megan's room and were really scared the other morning and everything? Well, Sarah was here the other night and the past couple of nights, and she slept in Megan's room. Well, last night she heard some walking around in Megan's room, and it kept her up, and she sat up actually a couple of times, and she looked because she really thought somebody was in the room with her, and it was really strange. And there was nobody in the room, so she just kind of like rolled over and went right back to sleep. And Sarah...
So the funny thing is that this is my room and I'm in here all the time. And I swear this room has so many weird noises. I think, though, honestly, that it's just because the house is old. I don't think it has anything to do with creepiness going on. Or maybe I'm just telling myself that because I have to sleep in here. I don't really know.
But there was that one time that you woke up and saw someone standing in your closet.
Yeah, but that could have been a nightmare.
Yeah. Everybody tries to tell themselves things like that, but I've seen...
Oh, a kitty jumped on my lap.
I've seen many a times... Are you photobombing me or
video
bombing me there?
She's a video bomber.
I have seen many times where, like, I'll be laying in my bed and from the angle I can see, like, if somebody was to come up the stairs and turn and come into your room, and I see a teenage or a young-looking guy coming up the stairs with a baseball hat on his head and turning and coming into your room. I see that very often. And when you saw someone in your closet, you did see a young guy, teenage-looking guy in your closet. So anyway, back to what I was talking about. Sarah had heard walking around in the room when she was here last night, and she actually looked a couple of times and then just rolled over and kind of went to sleep. Well, Megan does have the lizards in her room and the rats in her room and whatnot, and Sarah does not like the rats. She wouldn't have anything to do with the rats. And I came into Megan's room this morning and I was stripping the sheets off of Megan's bed and
I'm so glad you said the sheets off of my bed.
I was stripping. No.
Because I'm like half paying attention to you and half petting Ebony, and all I hear is, and I was stripping. Like, what? Please don't do that when I'm not here, or when I'm here.
I was going to say, you'd rather me strip when you're here.
Please don't do it at all. Or in my room.
I was taking the sheets off of Megan's bed and putting clean sheets on her bed, and I happened to look over at the rat cages, and Sebastian's cage, his door was wide open.
That's this cage right here, and there's Sebastian.
And there's
in here somewhere.
Sebastian! There's no way he can open that door himself.
Sebastian. Yeah, see, look at this door. It has weird things that you have to grab at the same time to open it and stuff, so it'd be really hard for him to be able to do both. I'd understand if it was one of those things, but he has to do both of them, so that would be crazy. I don't think he could do it.
Super rat!
He's pretty crazy. He's a biter. Him's a biter. Do you see his little face in there? Are you hiding through the hole that you bit through your house? 'Cause you destroyed your house. You destroyed destroyed it. Hello. Hello. You are so cute. I would pet you, but you bite me. Hello.
So it was pretty freaky though that the door was wide open, and luckily he just was hanging around his cage. He was like in the back of the cage, on the outside in the back. So, you know, I picked him up, and he actually seemed a little scared, but you know, I held him and everything, and put him back in the cage. But he you know, like Megan said, you know, you pick him up and he usually like nibbles at you and everything, and he didn't even attempt to nibble at me. He just kind of, he seemed a little scared. So I put him back in the cage, and I called Sarah, and I asked her, I said, I know this sounds like a really dumb question because I know she does not like the rats. I said, by any chance, did you open the rat cage last night? And she said, absolutely not. So whatever Sarah was hearing, you know, maybe it opened the rat cage, maybe not, but who knows?